Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome back to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
So, we take your sources, your materials, and we really try to pull out the most important bits, the surprising facts.
Get right to the core of it.
Exactly. And today, we're doing a deep dive into something that, well, it seems pretty straightforward on the surface, right? Cabinetry.
Right. Kitchens, bathrooms, but it's so much more.
It really is. You've given us this fantastic set of sources that honestly go way deeper than I expected.
Yeah.
From the actual wood or, other stuff it's made from.
The raw materials, yeah.
All the way to these super precise technical drawings and how it all gets put together.
The blueprints, essentially.
Yeah. So our mission today is to really extract those key insights, the stuff that's often hidden but makes all the difference.
Kind of demystify it a bit.
Exactly. We want to shine a light on the complexity, the craftsmanship.
Yeah.
Because we tend to just take cabinets for granted, don't we?
We really do. You open them, you close them, you don't think about the journey.
Right. So get ready, because by the end of this, you're going to look at your kitchen cabinets, your bookshelves, maybe even your desk, totally differently.
What's truly fascinating here, I think, is that cabinetry isn't just about storage. It's not just boxes.
Go ahead.
It's really a fundamental part of interior architecture. It blends craft, material science, and just an incredible amount of detailed planning.
Planning is key, sounds like.
Oh, absolutely. Think about it. The choices made way back in the design phase, they massively impact how a space functions, how it feels.
The whole aesthetic, yeah.
Exactly. So for anyone listening who's into home improvement or design or honestly just curious about the world around them.
Which is why they listen.
Right. Understanding the stuff transforms, an ordinary object into something pretty amazing. It's engineering, it's design.
Appreciating those hidden layers.
Precisely. The complexity that makes our spaces work and look good doing it.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. The really basic question. Because like you said, most people hear cabinetry, they think kitchen, maybe bathroom vanity.
That's the immediate thought, yeah.
But the sources you sent make it super clear. It's a much broader category. So, expert, what is cabinetry, really, in that bigger sense?
That's the perfect place to start, because you're right, the common idea is way too narrow.
Okay.
The source material, it says cabinetry, includes base and wall cabinets, shelving, desks, mantles, dividers, and many other special items.
Wow, okay. Desks, mantles, dividers.
Exactly. It immediately pushes us beyond just cupboards. Think about those beautiful built-in bookshelves you see sometimes, floor to ceiling, fitting perfectly in an alcove.
Oh, yeah. Totally custom looking.
That's cabinetry. Or a custom office desk that's part of the room's structure, maybe with hidden channels for wires, specific drawers.
Not just a piece of furniture you bought and put there.
Precisely. It's integrated. Fireplace mantles, too. They aren't just shelves. They're often quite intricate, designed as focal points, maybe with columns, carvings.
Part of the architecture.
Yes. And even room dividers, if they have built-in shelves or storage, defining the space while serving a function, that's cabinetry too.
So the key is built in, fixed.
Generally, yes. Custom-built, fixed furniture elements. They're integral to the space, designed to maximize that specific area or serve a very specific need or just create that seamless built-in look you can't get otherwise.
Right, that makes sense. It's not just decoration, it's part of the room's function.
It really underscores how much influence cabinetry has, often quietly, on our spaces.
That distinction is really helpful. Integrated, foundational. Does that mean, though, that it's less flexible? Like, you can't just move it if you rearrange the room.
Well, yes, that's true. You can't just slide a built-in bookshelf across the room.
Right.
But the trade-off is often massive gains in spatial efficiency and tailored function because it's made for that exact spot.
Okay, so you're using every inch.
Exactly. No wasted gaps, no awkward corners. Think of a custom wardrobe in an alcove versus a freestanding one that leaves weird spaces on the sides.
I know exactly what you mean.
That precision means super efficient use of square footage. Huge deal, especially in smaller places.
Yeah, definitely.
Plus, built-ins often look cleaner, more cohesive. They add a sense of permanence, can even increase property value.
So less flexible to move, but way more efficient and integrated for the long haul in that specific spot.
You got it. That's the balance.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So we know what it is now in this broader sense. How does it actually come to be? The sources talk about different ways it's made.
The manufacturing approaches.
Yeah.
Yes, this is fundamental. It affects, well, everything. Budget, timeline, how custom you can get, the final quality.
The big stuff.
The big stuff, exactly. The source lays out 3 main paths, kind of a spectrum from standard to totally bespoke.
Okay.
First, you've got pre-built units. These are made entirely in a factory, completely finished, wrapped up, shipped out, installed on site.
Like ready to go out of the box.
Pretty much. Think of a standard kitchen-based cabinet arriving fully assembled. The big wins here are standardization. So consistency and quality, finish, dimensions, and usually cost-effectiveness.
Factory efficiency.
Exactly.
Right.
Economies of scale. Great when time is tight or you need a uniform look. Just unbox and secure them.
Okay, that's one end. What's next?
Next is a sort of hybrid approach. Partially made at the factory, then finished on site.
A mix. How does that work?
So maybe the main cabinet boxes, the carcasses, are made in the factory using precise machinery. Maybe even the door frames. But the final painting or staining or some assembly happens right there in the room.
Ah, so you get some factory precision, but also some site-specific tweaking.
You nailed it. It balances efficiency with customization. Maybe you need to match an existing paint color perfectly or fit against a slightly uneven raw. This lets you do that.
That sounds like a smart compromise sometimes.
It often is. It gives you more personalization than the pure pre-built stuff without the full cost or time of going totally custom. Best of both worlds in a way.
And the third way, the other end of the spectrum.
That's totally custom built on site, truly bespoke, skilled craftspeople building the cabinetry piece by piece right there in the space.
Wow. When would you do that?
Usually for really unique spaces.
Hmm.
Maybe odd angles, curved walls, super specific complex designs, or when it needs to blend absolutely flawlessly with existing old architecture, perhaps.
So maximum control, maximum craftsmanship.
Yeah, exactly. The skill of the carpenter is everything here. You get one-of-a-kind results, perfectly fitted. It's not limited by factory production lines. Pure adaptability and artistry.
Okay, so a clear range there. And within those factory options, the source mentioned standard versus semi-custom. That sounds like a key choice for people.
It really is a critical distinction for homeowners, designers, everyone. It defines your flexibility.
Right.
So manufactured cabinets in standard sizes and styles. They're just what they sound like. Fixed widths, heights, depths, limited range of finishes, door styles, all laid out in catalogs or online now.
Easy to spec, easy to order.
Very easy. Designers can just plug them into plans. They're predictable, usually the most budget-friendly, fastest lead times, like ordering off a set menu.
Got it. And semi-custom.
Semi-custom units offer way more wiggle room, but still use factory production. The basic box might be standard-ish, but you get options, lots of options.
Like what kind of options?
Options on door and drawer types, configurations, and other details, as the source says. So a much wider choice of door styles, maybe different hardware upgrades like soft close drawers.
Those are nice.
Aren't they? Or specific internal fittings, pull-out shelves, special inserts for spices, integrated trash bins, stuff like that.
Ah, so you can tailor the inside and the look more.
Exactly. You get a more personalized result, better functionality for how you live, but usually without the full price tag and wait time of completely custom work.
It's that middle ground again.
It's a very popular and practical middle ground.
So let's connect this to the bigger picture then. How do these choices, totally custom, semi-custom, standard, pre-built, how do they really shake out in terms of, say, budget, timeline, customization level, and maybe most importantly, overall quality for someone actually planning a project? This is where it gets real, right?
Absolutely. This is the core of the decision-making for any project. Let's take budget first. It's pretty straightforward. Standard units, generally the cheapest. Mass production savings.
Makes sense.
Semi-custom, a noticeable step up. You're paying for those extra options, the slightly more tailored process.
Okay.
Totally custom built on-site. That's typically the most expensive, often by a wide margin. You're paying for bespoke labor, maybe unique materials, the time it takes for that level of craftsmanship.
Yeah, skilled labor isn't cheap. That cost difference could really drive the whole project.
Easily. It can shift a project from, accessible to high-end very quickly.
Okay, what about timeline? How long does this stuff take?
Also pretty clear differences. Pre-built and standard units. Shortest lead times. Often in stock or quick production cycles. Weeks, maybe.
So good for tight schedules.
Definitely. Semi-custom takes longer. Needs specific selections, more custom factory time. Maybe a few months.
Okay.
Custom on-site.
Yeah.
Longest timeline, hands down. Detailed design, finding materials, the actual build time on-site. It all adds up. Could add months to a renovation.
Wow, okay. Big difference.
Yeah.
And the level of customization. It seems obvious, but spell it out.
Yeah, it's where they diverge the most.
Yeah?
Standard. Very little customization. You pick from the menu. That's it.
What you see is what you get.
Exactly. Semi-custom, a good range, lots of aesthetic choices, internal options, maybe some size tweaks. You can personalize it quite a bit.
More flexible.
Much more. Totally custom. Virtually unlimited. Any shape, any size, any weird corner, any specific function you can dream up, within reason and budget, of course. If you have a really unique space, custom might be the only way.
Right. And finally, overall quality. Is factory always worse? Is custom always better? Or is it more nuanced?
It's definitely more nuanced. All methods can produce high-quality results, but the kind of quality differs.
How so?
Factory-made stuff pre-built, standard, semi-custom benefits from machine precision, consistent finishes applied in controlled environments, robust, repeatable construction, very uniform, very durable, excels at consistency.
Okay. Predictable quality.
Yes. Custom-built on-site, though, that often represents peak craftsmanship. Meticulous details, maybe superior joinery techniques that are too slow for factories. The ability for a skilled artisan to adapt perfectly to the site.
Quality from the human touch.
Right. The quality comes from the artisan's skill. Often results in heirloom-level pieces, perfectly fitted. It's not just about lasting. It's about the artistry and the perfect integration.
So understanding those trade-offs, budget, time, customization, type of quality, that's crucial before you start.
Absolutely crucial. It ensures your expectations match the approach you choose.
Okay, that overview of how cabinetry gets made and the choices involved is super helpful. Now, let's peel back another layer. Let's talk materials.
Yep.
What is it actually made of?
The core components.
Yes.
Because this is where it gets really interesting, I think. The material isn't just about looks, is it? It dictates durability, cost, how a space feels.
Everything. It's foundational. It's the cabinet's DNA.
Right. The source identifies 6 distinct types. And I want our listeners to really think about how each one changes the final product, the daily use, the long-term value. It's like a pact you make with your cabinets.
That's a great way to put it. The material choice impacts weight, strength, how it handles wear and tear over years. Let's break down these 6 materials from the source. Explore what makes them unique.
Let's do it. What's first?
First up, solid wood. The example given is specific. 3HK, 3KHK. Gymolina solid wood in natural stain finish.
Okay, solid wood, like just wood.
Exactly. A single piece of lumber,
Yeah.
oak, maple, cherry, or in this case, Gymolina.
Gymolina, never heard of it.
It's interesting. A fast-growing, medium-density hardwood, often found in tropical areas. It's workable, stable like other hardwoods, but potentially more environmentally conscious because it grows faster.
But the real aha with solid wood isn't just the species, it's that you're getting something. Real, organic, it can be refinished, repaired, it ages.
It's got character and longevity.
Exactly. It's an investment. When finished with a natural stain, you see that grain, the color variations. It brings warmth, a timeless look. It's durable, but
There's always a but.
it can expand and contract with humidity changes, so proper construction and finishing are vital to prevent warping or cracking. It's also heavier and usually more expensive.
So with solid wood, it's like buying furniture that lasts generations, potentially.
Precisely. A long-term commitment. Okay, next, veneer.
Veneer. I think I know this one. Thin wood.
You got it. The source says, walnut veneer in natural stain finish on 3/4 CHK plywood substrate. So it's a very thin slice of real wood, like paper thin bonded to a substrate.
What's a substrate?
A stable base material. The source mentions MDF is common, but this example uses plywood.
Okay. So why do this?
The genius is getting the look of expensive wood, like that fancy walnut, but for less cost. You use way less of the valuable wood, so it can be more sustainable, too.
Smart. Like getting the best part without the full price.
And it's often more stable than solid wood, less prone to warping because it's adhered to that stable core. The natural stain still shows the real wood grain. Looks very high-end.
That's clever. So if you want that expensive look, but maybe budget is tight or you're worried about humidity, veneer is a strong contender.
Absolutely. A fantastic solution for exactly that situation. Okay, number 3, plywood.
Plywood. I know plywood.
We see 2 examples here. THK marine plywood in natural stain finish and 3-cordode THK marine plywood in white Duco paint finish.
Marine plywood. What's that mean?
Good question. Plywood itself is thin sheets of wood veneer, plies, glued together. But the trick is, the grain direction is rotated 90 degrees between layers.
Oh, right. Like weaving.
Exactly. Cross-graining. That's what gives it incredible strength and stability. It resists warping much better than solid wood.
Okay. Makes sense. Marine.
Marine means it's made with waterproof glue. super resistant to moisture and delamination, perfect for bathrooms, laundries, maybe even covered outdoor areas.
So it won't fall apart if it gets wet.
Right. It's robust, holds screws well, and you can finish it differently, stain it if the top layer looks good, or paint it.
Like that white Duco paint finish? What's Duco? Sounds fancy.
It often refers to a high-quality, lacquer-based finish. Think automotive paint, really hard, smooth, durable, chip-resistant.
Oh, wow. So serious paint.
Yeah, for high-wear areas or a premium, seamless look, plywood is a real structural workhorse.
Okay, what's number 4?
Number 4 is MDF, medium-density fiberboard. Example,
Yeah.
VHK MDF board in gray Duco paint finish.
MDF. I see that mentioned a lot.
It's an engineered wood product made from wood fibers, wax, and resin pressed together under heat and pressure.
So not layers like plywood.
No, it's very uniform, dense, super smooth surface, no grain, no knots.
So that's why it's good for painting.
Exactly. Perfect substrate for a flawless paint finish like that gray Duco paint. It's stable, doesn't warp easily, and often cheaper than solid wood or high-grade plywood.
Any downsides?
It can be heavy, and it's not naturally water-resistant like marine plywood. It needs to be sealed really well, otherwise moisture is its enemy. But great for smooth painted doors and panels.
Okay, got it. Number 5.
Number 5, laminate. Here the example is super specific. Ocean blue laminate formica 1122 SS3 or equivalent on 3 HA Cole plywood substrate.
Formica. I know that name.
Right. Laminate is a synthetic surface. Layers of paper or fabric with resin pressed together, then glued onto a substrate. The source mentions MDF or plywood.
And that specific code, 1122 SS3.
That tells you the level of detail needed. Manufacturer, product line, color code ensures everyone gets the exact same ocean blue.
Precision again. What are the pros of laminate?
Huge range of colors and patterns. Solids, wood grains, stone looks. Very durable, resists scratches, impacts, moisture, easy to clean, and generally cost-effective.
Sounds practical, like kitchen workhorse material.
Absolutely. Very popular for a reason, especially where durability and easy care are key.
Okay, one more. Number 6.
Lastly, melamine. Example, acacia melamine board or equivalent on the 33 THK particle board substrate.
Melamine. Sounds similar to laminate.
It is similar, resin-impregnated paper surface, but it's usually fused directly to the substrate during manufacturing, creating a pre-finished board.
Okay. And the substrate here is particle board.
Yeah, the source lists MDF, plywood, or particle board. Particle board, made from wood chips and resin, is often the most economical option.
So melamine is maybe more budget-focused.
Often, yes. But it's still very durable, scratch-resistant, pretty moisture-resistant, easy to clean, often used for cabinet interiors that smooth, wipeable surface, or for utilitarian stuff.
But it can look like wood, like acacia melamine.
Exactly. It can mimic wood grains quite well, so it offers practical benefits and decent aesthetics at a good price point. Versatile.
Wow, okay. That's a lot of options. So this brings up a really important question for someone listening, right? How do these choices actually feel and perform day to day? What about maintenance? Long-term value? This isn't just theory.
No, this is absolutely where it hits home. This is the practical impact, the daily reality of living with these materials. It's crucial.
So walk us through it. User experience, maintenance, value. Let's start with solid wood again.
Okay, solid wood, user experience, it feels substantial. Rich, warm, natural grain. It develops a patina, ages gracefully. There's a sense of enduring quality.
Like it has life in it.
It does. And the long-term value is huge because it can be refinished, repaired, adapted. It can literally last generations, become an heirloom.
What about upkeep?
Maintenance might involve occasional waxing or oiling, and you need to be mindful of humidity swings and moisture to prevent movement or cracking. But its value is in authenticity and repairability.
Okay, what about veneer? Looks like wood, but...
Sure. Right. User experience is very similar. Visually, you get that high-end wood look like walnut, but it's generally more stable, less prone to warping than solid wood.
Maintenance.
Easier. Usually, yes, just wiping with a damp cloth typically. Long-term value is good, gives you the aesthetic affordably, but deep scratches or dents are harder to fix invisibly than solid wood because you might expose the substrate underneath.
So great look, good stability, but maybe less forgiving of damage.
That's a good summary. Now, plywood, especially marine grade.
The workhorse.
Exactly. User experience is about robustness. It holds up incredibly well to knocks, bumps, and especially moisture in kitchens and baths. Very stable, reliable.
Doesn't warp easily.
Much less so than solid wood. Maintenance depends on the finished paint. It's easy to wipe. Stain needs a bit more care. Long-term value is excellent due to its structural integrity and moisture resistance. It's a solid foundation.
Okay. MDF, the smooth, paintable one.
User experience here is all about that flawless, smooth finish if it's painted. No grain, very sleek, modern, uniform look. Easy to wipe down.
Sounds good. Downside.
The big one is moisture sensitivity if it's not perfectly sealed.
Ah.
If water gets into raw MDF, it swells up, degrades, and it's irreversible.
Yikes. So sealing is critical.
Absolutely. Long-term value hinges on how well it's protected. Great for painted doors, where looks are key. Less ideal for, say, sink bases, unless specialized types or finishes are used.
Got it. And the last two, laminate and melamine. They seem similar.
They are, in terms of user experience, champions of durability and low maintenance. Users get a huge range of colors and patterns, bold designs, or realistic mimics of natural stuff affordably.
And tough.
Incredibly tough, resistant to scratches, stains, general wear.
Yeah.
Ideal for busy families, high traffic areas. Cleaning is super easy. Soap and water usually does it.
Long-term value.
Comes from their resilience, consistency, and cost effectiveness. They last and look good with minimal fuss, but
Another but.
they don't have that natural feel of wood. And deep damage, like a bad chip, is hard to repair seamlessly. You might need to replace a whole door or panel. No refinishing potential like solid wood.
So the big takeaway isn't just about looks. It's about how you live, your budget, how much maintenance you want to do.
Exactly. It's about that pact, like you said. Are you prioritizing low cost and easy care, or are you investing in something organic that ages with you and can last generations? The best material isn't one size fits all. It's about matching it to your needs and vision. That's the key insight.
Okay, that material deep dive was fantastic. Really shows the core choices. But, you know, the best wood or laminate in the world doesn't mean much if it's put together poorly, right?
Oh, absolutely. Construction and installation are where the materials become functional reality.
I always think of that saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link.
Yeah.
The links here must be how things are joined, fastened.
Perfect analogy. The techniques used are critical for strength, stability, longevity, how it all comes together.
So beyond the materials themselves, what are the key techniques, the construction methods, that make cabinets truly last? Prevent those sagging shelves or doors that won't close right.
Right, the things that ensure it stands up to daily use. One really robust method the source highlights for hanging wall cabinets is the French cleat system.
French cleat.
Yeah.
Sounds elegant. What is it?
It is pretty elegant and strong. It's not just a bracket. It's two interlocking pieces, usually wood or metal, cut at an angle, typically 45 degrees.
Okay. Angled pieces.
One piece, the male cleat, gets securely screwed to the wall studs. The matching angled piece, the female cleat, is attached to the back of the cabinet.
And they lock together.
Perfectly. When you lift the cabinet onto the wall cleat, those angles slide together. Gravity pulls the cabinet down, locking the angles tightly and distributing the weight along the whole cleat.
Ah, so it's not just hanging off a few screws.
Exactly. Much stronger, much more stable. The source mentions both wooden French cleats and metal French cleats.
Difference.
Wooden ones are common in custom shops, easily made, blend in nicely. Good for most homes. Metal ones are often pre-made, even stronger. Used for really heavy cabinets or commercial jobs.
What are the benefits for, say, the installer or the homeowner?
Makes installation easier. You can level the wall cleat perfectly first. It provides super strong support, prevents sagging, and it holds the cabinet tight to the wall. It's a sign of quality installation.
That is clever. Simple geometry, big impact.
Oh.
Okay, what about the edges? Especially on things like plywood or MDF.
Yeah.
You see the layers or the core sometimes. The force mentions edge banding.
Yes, edge banding. Seems like a tiny detail, but it's hugely important, especially for those engineered materials.
Why? What does it do?
The source defines it precisely. A thin material used to seal the exposed and raw edges of the plywood. Or MDF, or particle board. Those raw edges look unfinished, right?
Yeah, kind of rough.
And they're vulnerable. Edge banding is a thin strip PVC, wood veneer, melamine, applied to those edges with heat and glue.
Okay, so it covers the ugly edge. Aesthetics.
That's one reason. Makes it look clean, finished, seamless, like a solid piece. But more importantly, durability. It seals the edge against moisture. Think about steam from a kettle under a wall cabinet. Without edge banding, that raw MDF edge would soak it up like a sponge, swell, and basically disintegrate.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's critical then.
Absolutely critical for longevity,
Huh.
especially in kitchens and baths.
Mhm.
It also protects against bumps and chips. And thirdly, for MDF or particle board, it helps seal in potential off-gassing from the resins used to make them. Better air quality.
So it's aesthetics, protection, and even health from a little strip of plastic or wood.
Yep. It's an essential finishing touch that seriously extends the cabinet's life.
That's something I'll definitely look for now. The source also mentions a cabinet door overlay guide. Doesn't go into detail, but it sounds important. What's that about?
Good catch. Yeah, its mention signals its importance in the real world. Overlay basically describes how the cabinet door sits relative to the cabinet frame.
How it sits.
Yeah, there are main types. Full overlay means the door covers almost the whole frame, tiny gaps between doors, very modern, seamless look. Half overlay means it covers, well, half the frame. You see more frame. Sometimes used when two doors share a middle support.
Right.
An inset means the door sits inside the frame, flush with it. Very traditional look, but requires incredible precision to get the fit perfect.
Ah, okay. So the guide tells you the measurements for each type.
Exactly. The clearance is needed, so doors open without hitting each other, the gaps are consistent. All that detail for a professional functioning finish. Critical reference.
Okay, makes sense. So we've got the materials, the construction details like cleats and edge banding, how the doors should sit. Now, putting it all in place. Installation. The source mentioned a few methods.
Yes, the installation ties back to the manufacturing approaches we talked about. Each has its place.
Okay.
First, modular cabinet installation. This usually means assembling pre-made standard units on site. Think big kitchen projects where boxes arrive flat-packed or partly assembled.
And the installers put them together.
Right. They assemble the individual modules, sink base, wall cabinet, etc., and then connect them together to form the whole run. Efficient for large scale, ensures consistency, often faster for the homeowner.
Okay.
Then there's the opposite end. Right. Custom built on site. We mentioned the making of it, but the installation is the making, essentially. Built directly into the space, fitting every nook and cranny perfectly.
Adapting as they go.
Exactly. Highest level of customization and integration. Skilled craftsperson adapting to site conditions. Takes time, costs more, but the result can be seamless. Truly part of the architecture. Chosen when fit is everything.
And the middle ground.
That would be manufactured cabinet installation, pre-built units installed on site. This is often the quickest and easiest install. The cabinets arrive fully assembled from the factory, doors hung, drawers in, maybe even handles on.
So the site work is just putting them up.
Pretty much. Leveling them, screwing them securely to the wall and to each other, maybe some final door adjustments. Minimizes on-site labor, mess, and potential errors. Great for speed and consistent factory quality.
Okay, so what stands out to you then? How do these construction choices, French cleats, edge banding, modular versus custom install, how do they really impact the longevity, the cost, the design flexibility? Why should someone care about this behind-the-scenes stuff?
Because it directly impacts their wallet, their satisfaction, and how long their investment lasts. It's hugely important.
Okay, break it down. Longevity.
Longevity. Things like French cleats mean your heavy wall cabinets are way less likely to sag or pull off the wall over time, prevents costly failures. Edge banding, as we said, drastically increases resistance to moisture damage and wear, especially for engineered woods. It literally makes them last longer, particularly in tough environments like kitchens. Fundamental for durability.
Makes sense. Costs.
Cost. Installation method is a big driver. Modular or pre-built manufactured units. Generally quicker install, less on-site labor cost. You pay for factory efficiency. Custom on-site, much higher install cost. Intensive skilled labor building it piece by piece right there. That time is money.
Big budget difference. And design flexibility.
Design flexibility. Custom on-site offers the most. Can fit any space, any weird angle, any unique requirement. Maximum adaptability. Modular and manufactured. More limited by standard sizes. Great for standard spaces, less so for unique ones. Although semi-custom does offer that middle ground for personalization within the factory system.
So understanding this helps you balance budget, looks, and how long it's all going to last.
Exactly. It shows that the hidden details, the stuff you don't see right away, are just as critical, maybe more critical, than the surface appearance for the long-term success and value of your cabinetry.
Okay, we've covered materials, construction. This has been a fantastic journey. Now let's unpack maybe the most critical piece of the puzzle, but one most people never see. The documentation, the drawings.
The blueprints. Yes, absolutely crucial.
Why are these detailed drawings so incredibly central? It seems like this is where everything materials, dimensions, construction gets locked in before anyone cuts a single piece of wood.
You've absolutely nailed it. Drawings are the silent heroes. They're the universal language connecting the designer's idea to the fabricator making it and the installer putting it in.
Like a translation service.
Exactly. The source says they're made up of detailed sketches and elevations that represent and guide the building and installation. They're the roadmap. And crucially, they include material lists, dimensions, installation instructions, and necessary measurements.
Everything needed.
Everything. Without them, it's chaos. Errors, misunderstandings, delays, cost overruns. Think of them as the contract. Everyone works from the same precise plan. It's your project's insurance policy, really.
So not just sketches, these are technical documents. What different types of drawings are needed to show all this detail?
Right, they're engineering docs, too. The source lists the key types. First, the plan view, that's looking down from above, shows the layout, how cabinets relate to each other, clearances around them.
Like a floor plan, but just for the cabinets.
Essentially, yes. Then you have elevation views. These are looking straight at the cabinets head-on. Shows heights, widths, door and drawer arrangements, the finished look. Usually multiple elevations for different walls.
Okay, plan and elevation, what else?
Sectional views. These are super important for seeing inside, like slicing through the cabinet, shows thicknesses, joinery, internal parts, how things fit together. It's the X-ray vision.
Revealing the hidden structure.
Precisely. Essential for builders. And finally, the source mentions any other details needed, which covers things like zoomed-in joinery details, maybe 3D exploded views for complex parts, hardware specs, anything to remove ambiguity.
It sounds like extreme precision is the name of the game. Yeah. What specific info has to be on these drawings to avoid those terrible mistakes and delays? This feels really critical for project managers or homeowners.
Precision isn't optional, it's mandatory. The source lists critical items. Miss one and you've got problems.
Like what?
First, sink size, appliance sizes, and clearance. Get the fridge dimensions wrong or the dishwasher opening. Disaster. You need exact measurements and the space needed around them for doors to open, ventilation. A half-inch error can stop everything.
I can just picture that. Agonizing.
Totally. Next, fixture selection. Faucets, lights integrated into cabinets. Their size, mounting points, they all affect the cabinet design.
Right, like how high a faucet is affects the cabinet above.
Exactly. Then, a power and lighting plan. Where are outlets, switches, under cabinet lights? Wiring needs pads. Cutouts need planning. Can't have a cabinet blocking power access.
Makes sense. What else?
Specialty cabinet inclusion. Things like those fancy knife drawers, garbage can pullouts, plate racks the source mentions. If you want them, their exact size, mechanisms, hardware needs to be detailed so they actually work.
So the custom bits need custom details.
Absolutely. Imagine designing a pull-out pantry but not specifying the slide mechanism correctly, and it can't hold the weight. Useless.
Yeah.
These details prevent those nightmares. They stop problems before they start.
That checklist alone shows the level of detail. Beyond the specific items, are there general best practices? Like a checklist for making the drawings themselves clear and professional for everyone involved?
Yes, the source gives a great checklist for cabinetry detail general covering those basics. First, title the drawings and note their scale. Sounds obvious, but essential. What is it? How big is it relative to reality?
Got it.
Second, cross-reference the drawings to floor plans and other sheets using standard symbols. Shows how everything fits together in the bigger picture. No isolated info.
Keeps it all connected.
Third, use commonly accepted symbols in rendering for materials. Standard hatching for wood, concrete, etc. Makes it universally understandable across trades, like a visual shorthand.
Okay.
Fourth, vary line weights. This is huge for clarity. The source says, draw the outline, nice and dark, makes the main form pop. Lighter lines for details inside, creates visual hierarchy, easier reading.
Guides the eye.
Exactly. And fifth, specifically for elevations, show door swings with a dashed line. Critical for checking clearances, making sure things don't bang into each other, prevents daily frustration.
Yeah, you don't want a door hitting the fridge handle every time.
Nobody wants that. These practices turn lines on paper into a clear, functional blueprint.
Okay, beyond the lines and symbols, what about words? Notations, what kind of notes need to be on there?
Notations add the crucial text info. The source highlights key ones. First, a general rule. Use notes for special materials, features, clearances, alignments, anything unique that needs explaining beyond the drawing itself. Specific instructions.
To read this carefully part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then for elevations, specifically call out tops, bases, toe kicks, backsplashes. Label the parts clearly. 36-inch high wall cab, 4-inch toe kick, removes all doubt.
Explicit labeling.
Yes. Also, note shelves, brackets, and related items. Are shelves adjustable? What kind of brackets? Any special internal organizers? Ensures the inside works as intended.
So you can actually store what you plan to store.
Right. And finally, for efficiency, especially with standard units, call out generic sizes of manufactured cabinets, like 30W base cab. Relies on catalog specs for internal details, but gives the key overall size quickly. These notes provide the narrative.
And dimensions. That seems like the most critical part of all. What dimensions absolutely have to be there?
Dimensions are the absolute backbone. Get them wrong, nothing fits. Game over. The source stresses these essentials. First, dimension important heights, base cabinets, wall cabinets, tall units, sets the ergonomics.
Standard heights, custom heights, all of them.
All of them. Second, dimension toe spaces, the space between base and wall cabinets and other critical clearances. That toe kick depth, the 18 inches usually between counter and upper cabs for appliances, vital for function and comfort. Plus clearances around appliances, doors, windows.
Preventing collisions and ensuring usability.
Exactly. Third, dimension miscellaneous items. Grab bars, shelf spacing. If you need ADA grab bars, exact height and location are crucial for safety. Shelf spacing ensures your tall bottles or platters actually fit.
So no guesswork allowed. Every key measurement needs a number.
Every single one. These numbers guide every cut, every placement. They ensure it looks right, fits perfectly, and works flawlessly, non-negotiable.
So tying this all together, these drawings, with all their views, details, notes, dimensions, they really are the master plan.
Absolutely. If we connect this to the bigger picture, these comprehensive drawings are that ultimate contract we talked about. Between designer, maker, installer, the single source of truth.
Minimizing errors, ensuring fit.
Exactly. By detailing everything, they slash the potential for costly mistakes, clear up confusion, make sure it fits right the first time. Building complex cabinetry without this level of detail, it's asking for trouble.
Constant phone calls, mistakes, delays.
All of it. Precise documentation isn't just nice to have. It saves serious time and money by avoiding reworks and disputes. It's the guarantee the vision becomes reality, exactly as planned. It's the project's insurance. Hashtag outro.
Wow, okay. What an incredible deep dive that was. We started thinking cabinetry was simple, just boxes, right?
Seems that way at first glance.
But we've gone from understanding its huge diversity, way beyond kitchens, to dissecting all those materials. Solid wood, veneer, plywood, MDF, laminate, melamine, each with its own pros and cons.
Each making that unique pact with the user.
Exactly. And then the construction details, that clever French cleat, the unsung hero of edgebanding.
Critical for longevity.
And finally, landing on the absolute necessity of those super detailed drawings. The blueprint for success, literally.
The contract that holds it all together.
It really is. So this raises an important question for you, listening right now.
Yeah, think about this. The next time you open a cabinet anywhere, your kitchen, your office, wherever.
Don't just see the stuff inside.
Right. Consider the material choice. Why that one? Think about the hidden construction holding it together. And imagine the detailed drawings that guided its creation.
How does knowing all this change how you see that simple piece of furniture?
Does it give you a new appreciation for the design, the engineering, the craft that's quietly shaping your space? We hope so. We drew on great sources today, folks like Ching, Kilmer, Ballast. Their work really shows the depth here.
Absolutely. It's amazing how much complexity lies beneath the surface of everyday things. Hopefully this deep dive gave you a fresh perspective, maybe made you appreciate those unseen decisions a bit more.
The invisible details that make things work.
Exactly. So, until next time, keep looking closer and bring us your next stack of sources. We'll dive right in.
Looking forward to it.